Good morning, namaste. It's me, Lil Hamal. I'm one of the Metro PABSON teacher representatives, and I'm going to teach you grade 9 classification of plants and animals. I used to teaching you before a month ago and been interrupted. Today we're going to talk about animal kingdom. Out of that, the ninth kingdom, the animal kingdom, the ninth phylum, phylum Chordata. Okay, cool. Okay, while talking about phylum Chordata, all the animals having notochords. Okay, notochords. What is notochord? The rod-like structure that develops into vertebral column. When it develops, that's called notochord. Okay, just have a look on the slides. Then after we'll be keep on continuing. Okay, cool. Well, so phylum Chordata includes advanced animals having notochord. What is notochord? Notochord is an embryonic rod-like structure that develops into vertebral column, backbone, later on. They are triploblastic, means the animals belonging to the phylum Chordates are triploblastic. They are developed from 3 embryonic layers: ectoderm, endoderm, and middle mesoderm. They are coelomate. Coelomate means they are having the coelom. And they are bilaterally symmetrical. What does it mean? It means they have the body, and the body can be divided into 2 halves through a single vertical plane. They have dorsal hollow nerve cord. It means they have a nerve cord. Nerve cord has got the central pipe-like hollow structure. They have post-anal tail, or tail is present after the anus. They have closed blood vascular system. It means the blood flows through veins, arteries, or capillaries. They contain gills in embryonic stages, and in some of the cases, even these are present in adult stages, for example, in the fish. For example, even in human or pigs or goats, chicken, they still having the gills in the embryos developing inside the uterus or developing inside the mother's womb. Okay, so we've got classification of phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata is divisible into 4 subphyla. Okay, Hemichordata, next one Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. Hemichordata, Cephalochordata, Urochordata, and Vertebrata. So phylum Chordata, number 9. Okay, starting from phylum Porifera, Salamandra, that sort of things. Okay, so the Hemichordata, Cephalochordata, Urochordata, Vertebrata. So have a look here. Hemi means half. Hemi means half. The animal having the notochord, half of the body part. So the half presence of the notochord and absence of the notochord, 50-50, present in the half part of the body. Okay, for example, Balanoglossus, we will see what does it look like in the picture later on. And number 2, Cephalochordata. Number can be, it's up and down, doesn't matter. Cephalochordata, cephallo means the head. Cephalochordata means the notochord present in the head part. Notochord present in the head part. That's called Cephalochordata. Okay? In the Cephalochordata, for example, Amphioxus. This may be something very not popular organisms for you because they are very rarely found. They are very rarely found. That's why. Euro means tail. The notochord, Urochordata means the notochord present in tail region only. Okay, Urochordata, for example, Herdmania. This is another very less popular organism present in the sea. Vertebrata. Vertebrata means the true vertebrates. The notochord develops into the backbone, vertebral column. These organisms are called vertebrates, and these are divisible into 5 classes. What are they? 5 classes: class Pisces, amphibia, reptilia, abs, and finally mammalia. Okay. Examples: Pisces, the fishes including shark; amphibia, frogs, toads, salamanders; reptilia, snakes, turtles, tortoises, lizards; apes, all the birds; mammalia, so mammals, okay, including human beings. Just have a look on the slides. So phylum Chordata is divisible. Have a look on the slides, please, on the screen, on the slide. Okay. So, slide. Thank you, sir. Phylum Chordata is divisible into the 4 subphyla. The plural of phylum is phyla, that's why subphyla. Hemichordata, Urochordata, Cephalochordata, vertebrata. Subphylum Hemichordata, Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and vertebrata. Okay, that sort of things. So let's have a look at the picture. This is Hemichordata. The notochord is present in anterior half part of the body. Example, Balanoglossus. Okay, good. Herdmania, Urochordata. The notochord is present. This is an animal. The notochord is present only the tail part of the body. Only the tail part of the body, not the head part. So Amphioxus, Cephalochordata. Cephalum means basically of the head only, basically the head. The notochord is present in the head part only. Okay, the upper one is just showing its section and its detail, and lower one is its entire. It looks like when it is in its natural habitat. So vertebrata, for example, Rana, it means frog, and Labeo, Rohu, it's a type of fish, and Pavo, Peacock. So the cheat one is very popular for Pavo and Peacock. Pteropus, the bat, it's type of flying mammal. Okay, now we are going to talk about the vertebrates and the subphylum Vertebrata and its 5 classes. Okay. Well, have a look on the slide. Subphylum Vertebrata, and they are commonly known as vertebrates. They have notochord, same as that of the phylum Chordata. That notochord will be replaced by vertebral column or backbone when it is developed. What does it mean? Means the notochord will be developed into the backbone. Next, a tubular nerve cord is present. A tube-like nerve cord is present. They breathe through the gills or lungs. Some of them in gills, for example, fishes and tadpoles. They breathe by the gills, and all of them breathe with the help of the gills when they are in the embryonic development. And by the lungs, for example, in the frog or reptiles, apes, mammals. The body is well developed, having head, trunk, paired fins and limbs. Fins in the fishes, and limbs means legs and hands. For example, in the amphibia, such as frog or lizards, birds, the mammals, etc. Example, fish, frog, snake, crow, dolphin, whale. So subphylum Vertebrata is broadly classified into 5 classes, as I talked before: class Pisces, class amphibia, class reptilia, class apes, class mammalia. We are going to talk about class Pisces or fishes. Okay, just have a look. So if I'm talking about the class Pisces, you should think about the fish. Okay, class Pisces or fishes. So what can be the important characteristics of class Pisces? So I'd like to give you a basic idea. Have a look on the board. Okay, on the board. Okay, so they are aquatic. They should present in the water. They live in the water. They may be present in the marine water or may be present in fresh water. Marine water means the water of the ocean, and fresh water means the water of the river, ponds, lake, etc. Likewise, they respire with the help of the gills. The body is covered by the scales, and they are covered by the scales. The body is, and they move with the help of the paired fins. Okay, paired fins. Paired fins. They have the fins with the help of they swim in the water. The body is torpedocept or streamlined body. Streamlined body. They have got air bladder or swim bladder, air bladder or swim bladder, and they are oviparous. They are poikilothermic, and that sort of things. So you understood that sort of. And the heart is tooth-chambered. It means 1A and 1B. Okay. Well, so have a look. They live in the water. They respire with the help of the gills. Their body is covered with the scales, and they swim with the help of the fins. The body is streamlined. Why? The body is streamlined to reduce the friction offered by the water while swimming in the water. The body is streamlined, means boat-shaped or aeroplane-shaped. They have the air bladder or swim bladder in their body. Air bladder means a type of the bladder where they feel the air. When they feel the air, and the body becomes lighter, easier to float. That's why they have got air bladder. Also, we say swim bladder that helps in swimming a different level of the water. Oviparous means egg laying. What do you know oviparous? They are egg laying. They lay eggs. They are poikilothermic. What do you know poikilothermic? They are cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. What does it mean they are cold-blooded? They are cold-blooded. What does it mean? It means that their body temperature changes according to the temperature of the water or environment. That's called cold-blooded animals. Okay, so poikilothermic, it's a technical term, and they have got the heart, and the heart is responsible for pumping the blood, but heart is that of two-chambered. How many chambers of the heart there? 2, and out of 2, one is auricle, the upper chamber, and lower one is the ventricle. One auricle and one ventricle. Example, so many example, a lot of fishes. Okay, good. For example, seahorse, shark, labeo, rohu and labeo, same thing, katla, tilapia, magur, and many more. Okay, I would like to take you to the slides. Have a look. The class 1, first class Pisces. Pretty much that sort of things I explained before can be seen in the screen. So the oviparous means egg laying. External fertilization, one more point is there. What does it mean? It means the fertilization takes place in the water, not inside the female's body. So there's something else that there. So have a look, one of the point there. So one of the points there, they have dicondylic skull. The skull, the head contains a skull. Dicondylic means the skull is connected to the first vertebra, the first backbone, with the 2 condyles. 2 condyles means 2 connecting point. Okay, that's the meaning of dicondylic skull. Skull is joined with the vertebra, the backbone, with the two condyles. Condyles means the connecting point. Okay, good. So examples: shark, scolioton; rohu, labeo rohita; seahorse, hippocampus; cutla, magur, gambusia, tuna, herrings, cod, bakur, and many more. Okay, but remember, the dolphin is not a fish, it's a mammal. Likewise, whale is not a fish, it's a mammal. But a seahorse, hippocampus, though it sounds like a horse, something mammals, it is not a mammal. It is the fish, but the face looks like the mammal, the horse. So have a look the further. Labeo, the rohu. Okay, have a look. The rohu is there. The rohu fish. It's a fish. Okay. Next one, we talked about hippocampus. It is commonly called seahorse. Though it is called horse, it is not the real horse. The face looks like a horse. That is why it is called the horse. It's found in the sea. But this is not mammal. This is the fish. Okay. Shark is a fish. Xenentodon, Belone, we say chutse bam in Nepali. So that's the fish. Okay, looks like very long, like a reptile or snake. This is not snake. This is the fish. Okay, let's talk about the phylum Chordata and class 2 vertebrata subphylum and class 2 amphibia. So I'd like to just have a look on the screen, and I'm going to write some of the important points, and we'll be explaining. You'll be looking there. Good. Well, so class 2 amphibia. Amphi means dual, and bios means life. The animal that has got dual life, it means it can live in water as well as on the land. They are said to be amphibia. So, but the definition has been a bit changed nowadays. So, it mainly depending upon that its fertilization is only possible in the presence of water only. Some of the cases, some of the animals always living on the land, but they need water for their fertilization. That gives the better definitions. Okay, so sometimes a crocodile, it lives on water, in water and on land. It does not belonging to the class amphibia. So for example, the toad lives on the land and most of the time, but needs water for fertilization. Okay. So have a look. Class amphibia. So needs water for fertilization. Okay, and also they are poikilothermic, and they go for hibernation and estivation. And they are first tetrapods and pentadactyl. Body is divisible into head, trunk, or sometimes tail. The tail not present in all the cases. But one important thing, the neck is absent. Neck is absent. Okay. So the heart, 3-chambered, 2A and 1V. Fertilization external. Oviparous. And the development is indirect with the help of larva called tadpole larva. So have a look. So they may be aquatic, living in the water, or semi-aquatic, and they are aquatic, let's say, but they never found in seawater, always found in fresh water. So they are called amphibia. Traditionally or conventionally, they are said to be can live both in water as well as on the land, but actual definition is they need water for fertilization. Okay, there are some of the organisms belonging to this class, and they basically found on lands and all the time of their life, but they need water for the fertilization. Their poikilothermic means cold-blooded. Their body temperature changes according to the temperature of the surroundings or water. Because of that, they go for hibernation and estivation. What do you mean by hibernation? Hibernation is also known as winter sleep. What does it mean? When there is extreme cold and they go for sleeping during the winter to keep the body warm, and they find somewhere warm place and they sleep, they do not eat, they do not move. This process is called hibernation. Hibernation is sleeping during the winter because of extreme cold. Estivation. Likewise, if there is something extreme hot, then after they go for sleeping without eating. This is also known as estivation or summer sleep. And they are tetrapods. Tetrapods means they are having 4 limbs, hands, 2 hands, and two legs. The pentadactyls means they are having 5 digits, 5 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like us, 5 digits, okay? Have a look, 5 digits. 5 digits, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentadactyls means having 5 digits. How many digits? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 fingers or 5 toes. Pentadactyl. And the body is divisible into head, trunk, and tail, or tail. Tail sometimes absent. For example, in the frog, the tail absent, for example. But in tadpole, tail present. Salamander, tail present. Okay, good. That's why or. But neck. This neck is absent. Neck absent. The head is directly connected to the trunk, body. Okay, that's the reason. Neck absent. Heart is 3-chambered. Heart pumps the blood. It has got 3 chambers. So out of 3 chambers, 2 are the auricles and 1 is ventricle. 2 auricles and 1 ventricle. Altogether 3 chambers like this. Okay. Auricle, and single ventricle, 3 chambers. Okay. Fertilization external, not inside the female's body, but external in the water. The fertilization takes place in the water. Eggs are laid in the water, and male discharges the sperm in the water, and fertilization takes place in the water. They're oviparous, means they lay the eggs, and they develop indirectly with the tadpole larva. The larvae of the frogs and toads, salamander, they are called tadpoles. So these are the basic things regarding the amphibia. Have a look on the screen, please. So pretty much I explained the thing. You can have a look on the screen, and they have got the terrestrial mode of life or aquatic mode of life. They found in water, never found in marine water, means never found in sea water. Poikilothermic done already. Hibernation and estivation we talked about before. So is there something else? Dicondylic skull means same as that of the fishes. The skull is connected to the vertebral column in the first vertebra with the 2 condyles, means 2 connecting points. Respiration by skin, and sometimes by the lungs, or buccal lining and gills in the larva. Buccal lining means the lining inside the mouth. So cranial nerves means the nerves arising from the brains, altogether 20. 10 pairs means 20. So no copulatory organs means no penis-like structure, no penis. The copulation is pseudocopulation. Sometimes you will be seeing the male frog is mounting upon the female, the frog. So that looks like a sex or copulation, but it is not true copulation. It's a pseudo-copulation. Pseudo-copulation means false copulation. It looks like the sex, but it is not real sex. Okay, good. So some of the examples. So have a look on the screen. Ichthyophis, limbless amphibians. Bufo, we say toad. It's like a frog found on land, but it's kind of very rough frog. But we say Bufo. Rana, that's a real frog. Salamandra, so that's a salamander. Looks like lizard, but it is not lizard because it needs water for the fertilization. That's why it is not lizard. It is not reptiles. So Rana, this is the frog. Okay, it's beautiful. So now have a look. So I like this one. And that's a Bufo. It's another species. So it's the Bufo. It's a terrestrial mainly. It has got a poison gland. Ichthyophis, limbless amphibian, looks like snake or looks like earthworm, but it is not snake. It is not earthworm, but it is the amphibia. Okay, it's ichthyophis. Salamander or salamander. It's like the reptile, the lizard, but it is not lizard. It needs water for the fertilization. That's why it's a salamander. So let's talk about reptiles. So class 3, reptiles. You keep on looking on the screen. So I'll be back on the board in a minute. So keep on reading. So with me. They are the first true land vertebrates. What does it mean? They totally live on the land. The poikilothermic means they are cold-blooded. Their body temperature changes according to the temperature of the surroundings. And also, like the frogs, they go for hibernation and estivation. Reptiles means the snakes. So I've got a question to you students. Why we do not see the snakes during the winter? हामी विन्टरमा किन सर्पहरू देख्दैनौँ? Because they are cold-blooded animals, means they are poikilothermic. They go for hibernation. That is winter sleeping. They find somewhere warm place under the earth and they hide there. They sleep there. They do not move. Just they sleep there. That is the hibernation. And they have got the body covered with the. Okay, so have a look. Poikilothermic. So class Reptilia. Number 3. Scales dry and horny. Tetrapods, pentadactyl. So it's monocondylic, it's a bit different. Skull. Okay, respiration with the help of the gills. Okay, it's the heart, 3-chambered, like that of the frog, 2A, 1B. But a crocodile has got 4 chambers. RBC is nucleated, cranial nerve stable pairs, fertilization internal. Well, so let me explain some of the things. So reptile came from the rapier. The meaning of rapier is creeping, the crawling animals. Okay, so for example, snakes, turtles, lizards, etc. Okay, so the creeping or crawling animals are called the reptiles. They're poikilothermic, cold-blooded animals. Because of they go for hibernation and estivation. The body is covered with the scales, but these scales are dry and horny, means hard scales. For example, the scales of the snakes, very hard. They are tetrapods, pentadactyl. Tetrapods means, tetra means 4, 2 hands and 2 legs altogether, 4 limbs. Tetrapods means 4 limbs, right? Okay, cool. So, and the pentadactyl means they have got 5 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits like us. 5 digits. Okay. Likewise, The monocondylic skull means the skull is connected to the vertebra with the single point like this. Okay, single, not double, the single. Okay, and the respiration takes place with the help of the lungs like us. The heart is 3-chambered, 2 auricles and 1 ventricle. But remember, exceptionally, crocodiles, they have got 4 chambers of the heart. Out of them, 2A, 2B, 2 auricles and 2 ventricles like this. Auricles, ventricles. Okay, so all the reptiles having the heart with 3 chambers, but crocodiles are having the heart of 4 chambers, 2 auricles and 2 ventricles. We talked about external fertilization, that of the fishes and amphibia, but that of the reptiles is of internal fertilization, not external fertilization. Okay, good. What does it mean? The fertilization takes place inside the female's body. Okay, good. So have a look on the screen, some examples. Tortoise, testudo, turtles, chelone or chelone, cobra, naza. Okay. Lizard, hemidactyls, hemidactylus, garden lizard, calotes, flying lizard, draco, monitor lizard, varanus, etc. So have a look at some of the pictures, and we're going to terminate the class. Garden lizard, that's a garden lizard. Another wall lizard, it's very common in our house, on the ceiling, on the wall. It's in Gharial crocodile. Gharial and mugger has got a bit different. The Gharial has got a longer snout. And snake, it's a python, so it's very interesting. Mugger crocodile. The mugger has got a blunt face, and the Gharial has got long snout. Tortoise, turtles. So we'll talking about the apes and the next class. Thank you very much. That's all for today. And you have got the homework, reading homework.